Good afternoon and welcome to the Business Hour on Burton Radio, every Monday from 1 till 2 p.m. Today we'll be talking to two amazing guests and friends of mine from the Chamber also. I've got Chef Lucas Toborek and Magda Toborek, business partners as Chef Lucas Catering. How are you both?
Well, very well. We in the Burton Radio, first time in the radio, so no pressure.
Absolutely brilliant. Nice one, Lucas. And Magda, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good. Have either of you been on a podcast or the radio before?
No, at all. That's a first time for us.
First time. Are you vaguely nervous, or are you actually all over it?
Heart's pounding for sure.
That's good. That is a good thing. But honestly, he'll stop doing that in just a moment. And as you know, we always talk to our guests on every business hour and find out who those people are, where they're from, where they went to school, all that kind of creative or business experience that they've had over the years before they then became their own business. So this is what we'll talk about today. So obviously you're a catering business, but let's leave that for a little while. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's see how you got there, and I'll start with Magda. Magda,
Hi.
where are you from?
So we are from Poland.
Okay.
We actually were born in the same city in the 90s.
Okay. Which city was that?
So it was Sosnowiec.
Sosnowiec.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that right?
Yeah, let's leave it at that. It's in the
North. South. Okay.
Of Poland, and it's literally like 40-minute drive from Krakow, so people might know.
Okay. Yeah. Because Krakow's a really pretty city, isn't it?
Yeah, we really love that. Lucas actually lived there for a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so we met there before I went to high school. Lucas was already in high school there, and that was
same high school as well.
No, actually, I was in a high school with his best friend then. So that's how we met. But he was in the culinary, more like a gastronomy school.
Okay.
I went to a very exciting school, which was military.
Military school, that's really interesting. So what did you do at military school apart from, I don't know?
Lots of push-ups.
Okay, brilliant. Weapons training, all that kind of stuff?
So it was a lot of like...
drill?
Yeah. And then I really enjoyed it because it was quite... Why I went there? Because it was totally different than something that every other school was offering.
Okay.
And it was quite close to my home.
So is that common in Poland to go to a military school, or was that something that your parents decided?
I think every city has one. Maybe not every city. Like every bigger city would have one.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's very common. I mean, it's growing now, because when I left the school, I don't know how many years ago, but they expanded onto a fire team, a police team.
Okay.
So it was anyone that could wear a suit. Basically.
So services in general, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. And what kind of subjects did you really enjoy whilst you were there? Was it all about the kind of military? Was it a lot of outdoor stuff? A lot of
Well, yeah, we went to like proper military camps. We had to attend a week every year, because when you are a teenager, you don't really want to go to those. But it was to pass the class, you had to actually attend.
Yeah.
Which really bizarre for a high school, because it was a normal high school. You would have normal.
You'd go anyway, wouldn't you? Yeah. Brilliant. So, and what subjects did you excel in, or which ones did you not like as well?
I really like the literature. Lots of Shakespeare.
Lots of Shakespeare. I did lots of Shakespeare in English literature. In fact, that was part of my degree, English literature and sport. Sports science was the...
So a lot of Renaissance, and then the Second War, any books that were happening. I don't remember the names of that, and even if I do, I wouldn't translate them to English because I never actually followed after that.
Okay.
We moved here, so.
But a lot of was that based in a lot of Polish literature, say for example?
Yeah. I remember especially the subject from the wartime, before the war, between the wars.
Yeah.
And then like.
So all the kind of writers from around that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any famous ones we may have heard of? Because I couldn't actually think of a Polish writer.
Mickiewicz was the first one.
I don't think we didn't had any very very famous from that period. Famous of course in Poland,
Was
but
definitely this one. Chopin was the pianist.
yes.
Chopin. Oh, okay. Well, that's something. Yeah. No problem. But you enjoyed that. You enjoyed school.
Yeah.
And did you? I mean, did you then go on to further education after that point, or?
No. So when I finished high school, I passed my tests and everything, and what we lived on our own. Like me and Lucas already moved together.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Together.
So how old were you then?
I was just 18.
18. Brilliant. And right, it's time now to speak to Lucas for a second. Where did you go to school? So just pull it before you actually went to a culinary school.
So in Poland we've got I think 3 main tiers of schools. You've got like a primary school, and then you've got kind of a middle school, and then you've got a college, and then you decide if you want to go any higher. So before that, I've been going to our local, primary and secondary school.
Yeah.
And then I went to the gastronomy school, which been in the same city, so that was quite convenient for myself. And yeah.
So would that have been like the same as sixth form, kind of 16, 17 onwards?
Yeah, like a college.
Like a college, yeah. Like Burton, South Derbyshire College here. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of practical and theoretical exams, and
So when you hit school at about 6 or 7 years old, what subjects did you like?
I'm not sure, to be fair. I never been good at school, I think, especially, when I was younger, it didn't brought too much attention for me. I've been, more enjoying playing outside than going to school, to be honest.
more a C student than an A student?
Yes, yeah. It's
until it came to food, of course.
Yeah, to be honest with you, when I went to the college, it's turned around a little bit. I used to love history. I used to like cooking, obviously, but
Okay.
I used to like math. I never been good at it though, but I used to love it, the numbers always.
Okay. Well, again, it kind of turns itself into business occasionally. As long as you love the numbers, you can still look at them and make sense of them, and all that kind of good stuff. But you strike me as being quite action orientated as well, Magda. So do you reckon that has brought anything forward over the years, or not?
As in for.
So going to military school, is that kind of, are you more hands-on, you can just do stuff and you go ahead and do it, or are you more of a leader?
How would you call the person that is always in calls?
She always thinks before do. Well,
okay.
Well, I'm completely opposite to that.
I think also, like living in a world, especially here in England, is really bizarre because health and safety is a thing. Anywhere in the world, I don't think anyone is such focus on the matter. So
Okay.
With that being I really like work in health and safety.
Not saying it's obsession.
No, it's not.
That's good though. I mean, certainly in the industry that you're in, that kind of risk assessment, being aware of dietary requirements, making sure that all your gear and all your kind of all hardware you use to cook, etc., everything's in regulation, certified.
Yeah, not many industries play with the fire and the hot oil and other hazards.
At the same time.
Absolutely. Well, we can crack on into that in just a moment. Magda, you've got the first song today. Which one is it? Do you know?
So it's "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi.
That's Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. This is the Business Hour on Burton Radio. Every Monday from 1 till 2 p.m. And as you know, we always have a couple of guests over with us at the Brewhouse Centre after the Monday Club, which is our networking and business working space, free community working space every Monday from 9:30 to 1 p.m. Make sure you're coming down and see that. Let's come back to this time. Let's talk to Lucas first. Lucas, you went to college, or something like college. It was like a culinary.
Yeah, very similar. We used to do it 4 years. Well, it used to be back then 4 years that you attended the school that where you attend as normal subjects as well as history, math, the grammars and stuff.
Yeah.
But as well as you used to have a practical kind of chapters that when you used to go to the different hotels and work there, you used to do a little bit apprenticeships between different places. So it was something more interested than the other colleges that when you've been doing just the college, that when you wanted to go to study something more, that was a little bit more practical, and I didn't thought I'm gonna be studying for any longer than that 4 years.
So when you've been to primary school, you've been to what was potentially kind of similar secondary school as we have in the UK. What had sparked that interest in food, and what gave you that decision to go to culinary school?
I think it's because of my mom. She used to be a baker, and she lived quite closely to our house, so I've been daily in the bakery. The smell of the fresh bread. That kind of senses, I think, and I always used to like to cook, so I didn't see any other.
What was your first dish?
No idea. Probably beef Wellington. I'm not joking.
What about baking as well? Obviously, you must have had a good grounding in baking too.
Magda laughs there. Say not really. All the great chefs have great memories. The grandmother used to cook very nicely. It's not this time.
Okay, I'm sure you can bake a better loaf than I can, or pastry.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely would hope so. Yeah. So first, what would have been the first dish? Come on.
I think I know what it was.
Go for it.
Your mum told me a story about your first time cooking for her. And I can't remember what it was exactly. I think it was like a custard or something, like homemade custard.
Okay.
And apparently you used the wrong flour for it. And it was disgusting.
Custard.
Well,
but you were like 7.
I think I've been better without knowing that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Brilliant. And Magda, what about you? So further education, what did that hold for you?
So when I finished high school, I didn't go anywhere to school.
Okay.
But I did learn on the jobs that I had. So finishing the military school, I went to a security job.
Okay.
That was my first job in Poland. After that job, I decided to move here. So.
Oh, right, okay. So the security job was doing...
sitting at reception. And
okay, so quite boring maybe.
Quite boring for a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely. But you'd already met and you'd moved in together at 18. But was that because you had a job or you'd started work as well? Or what?
Lucas is 3 years older than me, so he was 21 then.
Oh, I see. So you'd already been working.
So Lucas was already, but really we finished school only a year apart because my school was 3 years, his was 4.
Okay.
So anyway, it was literally like our first year or two on our own, living in a big city, adult life, etc. So
yeah. And how was that? Exciting?
Yeah, very much so. Then we decided to come here.
Yeah, we used to have a flat, probably no bigger than this room that we in now, and that was including the kitchen, bathroom, and the living space. So
it was like a bed sit.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So I think that was good lesson for us to start the adult life.
Yeah, and so at that time, you'd spend a little bit of time working in a reception. And you were working. Who were you working for? Then?
Yeah. To be fair, by then I used to already work in Spain for a little bit, work in the German for a little bit, and then when I got back from Germany, I've started working in the Krakow in a very high end hotel.
Okay.
Where it's been a little bit different gastronomy there. So I thought okay, we can do that. So I think it's a time for us to move on a little bit with our lives.
Okay, so because I've met a couple of chefs in the past, and actually when I was travelling as well, who literally were travelling around, working from place to place, and gaining lots of knowledge and things. Do you think that's a?
I think that's the best way. If you move around the places, you can see and learn more. So whatever. Yeah, if you're a young chef, you're like a sponge. So wherever you go, whatever you see, and I think the most important is whatever you taste as well, that stay in your mind, and you learn by the tastes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You won't learn cooking by the books, however horrible that sound.
So different people, different cultures, different countries,
different languages as well. It's all those feeling what you get. I think it's shape you as a young chef, and it's put you at the place where you're at the adult life. When you're a little bit older, you can't learn all of that, if that makes sense.
Okay. Was there any temptation to go to France?
No, unfortunately, no. And I've never been yet in France, and I think it's not on our tick list yet.
We tried to go once, but we had to cancel for some reason. I can't remember.
But did you still study the kind of French techniques? Or?
Yes, yeah. That's I think in every country it's the basics. The French sauces and the base sauces and mother sauces and all the techniques. So that's, I think, for a young chef, that's a basics what you need to learn to move forward.
Yeah. So when you went to Spain, how did that change at all, or were you still using those classic things, or did everything just get thrown out the window and start again?
In Spain it's completely different. So I think it's all, when you compare UK to the Spain, when you take all the health and safety and all the hygienics, it's completely different worlds. So I've been there when I've been very young. I've been 18 years old and still going to school. They just send us to apprenticeships there. So it was, to be honest, it was the best holiday of my life. Okay. Walking in the day, partying at the night, and then all over again every single day for some time.
And Germany, what was that like?
Germany, that was actually break of my career a little bit. I thought, the chefing, it's not for me. So I've become a postman in Germany for about 3 months, I think.
Yeah, I was really bizarre time.
Yes.
After that, we actually came to India. Like literally, when he came back, it was like.
So you were a postman. Did you have a uniform and everything?
No, it was very, very weird time for Germany that everybody been striking. There wasn't any postman, so parcels been piling up, and we had job offer that would you like to go tomorrow and start living in Germany? And
did you both go to Germany?
No, so because it's only like 6 hours drive.
Yeah.
He went there. I visited a few times. He came back.
Okay.
So it was good.
Wow. So why did you want to become a postman in Germany?
I didn't.
Did you go there to cook or?
No. So it was one day that just offer came up. Would you like to do that? And I felt like the kitchen's definitely not for me. I absolutely hate it. I'm gonna be a postman. And then 3 months later, I didn't want to be a postman anymore.
Back to the cooking.
Funny enough, when you're a postman, you're hungry.
Okay. And so had you lost your passion somewhat? Had something happened, or were you just?
I think when you're a young chef, it's a lot around that can put you off into the cooking. It's long hours, it's a time pressure, it's a stress. So it's very not healthy.
Especially
maybe not now anymore, but back then, it wasn't very healthy.
It wasn't rewarding, I think.
Yeah, that's too, for sure.
Oh, okay. So I think what we'll do, we'll get on to how and why you came to the UK in just a moment. You've got a song for me, haven't you? Can you tell me all about why you chose this song?
Yeah, so I think when we came to UK, we thought we speak brilliantly in English. After God knows 13 years of studying English in Polish schools, and we didn't. So it was funny because we started watching the program. I think the title of the series was called Skins.
Skins. I've heard of Skins. Yes.
Yeah, and we were teenagers back then as well, and I think it's reflected our lives perfectly, and it's helped us to learn English a little bit more. All the words that we never heard before. So it's very when I hear this song, it's bring my memories when I was teenager.
So all the way back to, and was that when you were together?
Yeah. We were together for over 15 years now. 14 years, sorry.
14.
Brilliant stuff. Nostalgic as well as sentimental.
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. This is Wild World by Cat Stevens or Yusuf. That was Wild World from Yusuf. Cat Stevens there. A choice from Chef Lucas. Magda, you both came to the UK. Why on earth would you want to do that?
I think as young people, you're just looking for excitement in your life.
Okay.
That was an exciting journey for us, definitely.
What year was that?
Funny enough, we almost ended up in Norway, and then we
Really?
almost ended up in Scotland.
Okay.
I'm actually really happy we ended up here.
Okay. And so when you came to UK, what year was that?
That was exactly 10 years ago.
2016.
Yeah.
February.
Okay, February 2016.
Yeah, it was like a weekend before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And so when you came to the UK, did you come to just have a little look, or did you think, do you know what, we're taking all gear, that's it?
Well, we only planned to come for a year to save for a wedding.
For your wedding?
Yes.
Yeah, our wedding.
And so, are you married yet?
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah. And how long did it take when you got? Did you get married here, or did you go back to Poland?
No, so we got married back in Poland because it would be.
It'd be expensive to bring everybody over, wouldn't
Exactly,
it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, and the hassle of it, really, where we planned our wedding hassle-free.
Because we weren't there.
And you didn't fancy doing your own catering at your own wedding?
No, we weren't catering.
Well, if I think it now back, that could be quite convenient.
No.
So you in 2016 February, and what happened when you got here? Had you planned to come for a year? You sorted out whatever working visas or whatever you need to do. Did you already have somewhere to stay, or what happened? How do you do it?
It was a member of my family. He used to live here with his partner. So we were like, can you take us for 2 months?
Okay.
So he was kind enough to do that.
Was that locally in
yeah,
or around
it was
Burton?
literally in Burton.
Okay.
Like, we came here and we stayed.
We
fell in love.
The funny enough, we drove all the way back. That was Monday night. We started driving. We arrived, I think, by Wednesday. It took us nearly 2 days to drive here, and we started working on Thursday, the same week.
Really working?
Yes.
Straight away, crikey.
Yeah, Lucas was like, I'm here for a job. Give me a job.
And where was that? Where was the first one?
So I've printed all my CVs. It was 10 years ago, so it wasn't as very, very electrical. So I've printed out my CVs, walked around with the CVs, and Hilton St. George's Park, replied to me. Had the interview. Next day, I've started the job.
St. George's Park. Wow.
That was it. Yeah.
So that's a pretty awesome first liner on the UK CV, isn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing. I've stayed there for quite a few years, and then I've got back again because you're always coming back.
Break.
Yeah, you hate and you love the places.
Yeah, absolutely. And Magda, what about you? Did you work straight away?
So, very boring. I followed Lucas to St. George's Park.
Okay. Well, but still, it's good. Saves on a bit of petrol.
Yeah.
If you work the same shifts.
I imagine you're not doing the same shifts. Absolutely, you're right. Yeah.
Lucas stayed in the kitchen where I started my journey there in housekeeping.
All right.
Then I left and came back to front of house, so restaurant, etc. And that's really when my story started there. I was there for nearly 10 years.
Wow.
I only left last year, September.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time learning, long time having the best memories of my life so far. Because I met stars.
You've met a lot of footballers and stars, I imagine, who've gone there.
It was really good. Really good experience.
Well, that's it's not an apprenticeship because you work in it, but in theory, that's the most amazing apprenticeship for front of house, for knowing about hospitality. Yeah. You two are fair old superstars, I think I'd say. So who gives an idea? Who did you meet? Can you remember any of the names?
I don't know if I still can say, but from the players, I met the whole England team.
Of course, yeah, the whole England team. And probably several of them over 10 years, eh?
Yeah. I've seen through 2 windows because it was a country yard as well between Messi. That was...
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, as well.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fairly few lovely stars, and those people that they actually can put the voice to the face, and you actually can meet them. And
so you've met them, you've potentially served them, you've potentially cooked for.
No, we cooked them like face to face when we did all the cooking. Okay. And we spoke to them like we speak to each other now, and
Did you? Forgive me, Magda. Did you speak to Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, of course.
What did he say?
Well,
he didn't say much.
It's fully professional. So I'm not massive football fan, to be honest with you. And it's like treating normal people, and they absolutely lovely as well. So
okay. Can you remember those conversations, or is it just?
Yeah, I think it will stay more professional if I keep them to myself.
Brilliant. Well, there's the short for the Business Hour YouTube channel. Brilliant. So, do you want to give the camera a wave? Hello. We are on the channel as we speak. So that's really good. We're up to 35 minutes past the hour, 1:35. So we are the Business Hour on Burton Radio every Monday from 1 till 2 p.m. Make sure you tune in if you're into business, or you like to listen to a business story, a business journey from a business person or somebody who works for a business. We don't mind which. Anyway, so the next thing is you're now in the UK. You both had a job for a while. Let's leave it there for a second, and we'll come back to when you decided to actually start the business. Do you remember that?
100%. It just I probably shouldn't say it. Why the industry drove me, to the place when we decided to do our own thing.
Right, we'll hit that in a moment. This is a song called Indigo Dust by a band called Henge. Indigo Dust. If you've never seen Henge before, make sure you check them out. They do the festival circuit. They are literally from another planet. And not from another planet, but from the UK, we have Chef Lucas and Magda. So it's Lucas and Magda Toborek from Chef Lucas Catering. So you're now in the UK. You're both working. You've both been working for some notable businesses. You've talked about in the break there how you like each other's cooking. Is that right?
Well, no, it's not that. It's just Lucas is a chef and he needs a critic to get better and better.
Oh yes, okay,
so
of course.
I'm the critic.
You're the critic.
Free critic at home.
But you're not allowed to be a critic, are you?
No. It doesn't work both ways, unfortunately.
It's because I barely cook, so if he criticizes my cooking, I will not cook at all.
Thanks God for that.
That's fair enough. And I suppose, who does all the cooking at home?
Lucas.
Yeah? Is that because you're a control freak, or is it because...
they just eat sometimes.
Control freak.
Yeah, I think we split it in our house. I might do a little bit more cooking than Helen does, but yeah, we don't have roles like that apart from, or some things. I'm like, actually, I do the ironing. So yeah, we don't necessarily have male female roles. Maybe the clothes washing Helen does, which is a bit more stereotypical, isn't it? But I don't know.
Well, I'm not allowed to put the clothes on drying because apparently I'm not putting them straight enough. So Magda's got to fix them after me. So I'm not allowed to do that.
It's just my OCD. It's about laundry. What can I say?
We have to worry about colours as well, don't you, when we wash clothes? So and I don't quite understand.
If you put the socks separately, it's end of the world.
Well, that one I actually learned from your friend. Saves time.
Okay, right. So let's get back to business. So the business itself. What made you think? Right, do you know what? We've both got good jobs. Why are you going to start a business?
So I've been working in some great places like St George's Park or the Dial or some great pubs in the Cotswolds. But there was also jobs that they weren't very greatest place to work, not very good environment, and I thought, okay, I do that, by myself. I start doing as a private chef, and then because of demand, grown to a little bit bigger company and wanted to put that bad things behind. So our workplace, it's not about those bad things that the bad places that I worked in provides, the environment that need to be, if you want to create great company, the environment that you provide, it's got to be great as well. If you expect something of your colleagues at work, you've got to provide that. So I think that was the main idea, and that's it really.
Yeah. So you essentially you thought you could do it better, and you could look after your staff better, and you could give them a better environment to work in. But at the same time, talk to us about your food.
Yeah. Well, I would say so, because it's all about the staff that works with you, and they create the business. We don't create the business. The staff that works with us, not for us, with us, that create the business. So I would say so.
Fantastic. Always nice to hear that you call them colleagues, not just staff.
Because they are our colleagues.
Because they are, yes, absolutely. So how many staff have you got now?
We've got at the minute 7 full-time staff, and we've got a lot of freelance chefs that ourselves or chefs that work for us met somewhere. So they're not strangers to us. We I think like a big family. Really.
Okay. And so you can call upon those people to help out with some of the bigger events, say for example, but actually with a staff of 7, or I mean with does that include both yourselves or?
Yeah, that includes both of ourselves. So at the peak moments in the full season this year, we're gonna working probably brigade of 20-30 people on the weekends. So
crikey, and that's all crikey. Yeah, so you include all the waiting staff as well. Who are they kind of part time or?
Yes, they as a casual staff. So we've got core team that work on the daily basis on the full time contracts, and then we've got the casual staff that we call when we need them.
Of course, because you obviously each venue, each hospitality offer or catering event that you do would be different amount of people, different styles. Tell me the kind of things that you do. Is it weddings? And
we do weddings, we do corporate functions. So sometimes it's a wedding in Glasgow, and sometimes a corporate function in Essex. So they're all over the country. We've got some local business as well, where we try to fit our staffs as good as it possible, really, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So we do everything from, as simple setups as a street food events, or we do as complicated as a fine dining dinners as well. So
so you can sit down, plated meal.
Yes, yeah.
Proper waiting service, or you can do a like a price per head and do like a street food type scenario.
It could be very elegant with the waiter service, the black suits and everything, with service and explaining every dish. Or we can fire the barbecue and grill some great cut of meat as well at the same time. So it's everything really.
Superb. And I hear that you can also do private dining for like 2 to like small parties as well.
Yeah, we do a lot celebrations like the wedding anniversaries or the birthday parties. So I think with current culture, because the price equivalent, it's very, very similar, that you can have a private chef experience at your own home, especially when you have a kid and, it's all the hassle that you've got to take the taxi to the restaurant and you've got to go out. And it's the same equivalent as a private chef, really, without hassle going out of the house or even Airbnb.
Money what you're going to spend in the restaurant, isn't it?
So actually you can cater from 2 to what, 1,000, 3,000, 4,000?
Up to 5,000 really at the minute, I think.
Crikey.
So
private dining, real exquisite for 2, or even street food for 2, depending on what someone wanted.
It's depending. With each client, we speak really, really privately and closely and listen what they would like. And, sometimes we've got to tell them it's a terrible idea. It's not going to work. And, maybe that idea would work for you. So it's every client.
So you can guide the clients, consult with them, and come up with something which is realistic.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and, when you organize, I think, event, if you organize the wedding, you're organizing it once in a lifetime, really. So you don't have idea.
Maybe twice.
If you're unlucky. And, you don't know what you need. Usually the most common thing is that the couples over cater for a wedding because they don't want their guest to leave hungry, while we try to guide them that it's basically just waste of money for them. So we try to be honest and just help them really, while we've got all that knowledge from our experience really.
Yeah, amazing. Well, let's hear a bit more about the business in just a second. This is Lithium by, you might have thought Nirvana, but this is the version from the Polyphonic Spree. This is the business hour on Burton Radio from 1 to 2 p.m. Every Monday, or at least every Monday that I'm not on holiday. We're back in the room with Lucas and Magda Toborek from Chef Lucas Catering, and we're almost getting to the end of the show now. So, Magda, you're going to tell us about the business, or tell us about the business, or actually, how do people contact you?
So you can find us on Instagram. I think we get a lot from Instagram and Facebook at the moment. So we are called Chef Lucas Toborek on Instagram.
Yeah.
On Facebook we are called Chef Lucas Catering Services.
Okay.
Very simple to remember.
So if you keep looking up Chef Lucas, that's Chef as in Chef Lucas, Lucas. I know your name's spelled very slightly differently on LinkedIn, but that's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't worth to explaining, not my proper name all around.
So let's stick to Chef Lucas Catering and Chef Lucas Toborek. So that's Toborek. Is that correct? Good work. So Chef Lucas Catering, have a little look on Instagram. That's the easiest way to find you. If you can't find the business, give us a shout here on Burton Radio. We'll send over the details. As you know, the show will go up after this live version. We'll go up onto Mixcloud, so you'll be able to find that soon too. And we might see if we can put some details there also. So what's the final thing you want to say about Chef Lucas Catering?
I think don't be shy when it comes to the catering, organizing the food. I think there is no stupid questions, or there is no not been a big enough occasion to have a catering or to have a private chef. It's not as posh as it sounds, so it is for everybody. Basically, we provide the food for everybody, so don't be shy. Just give us a shout, and we're always happy to help. We listen to what you need, and we never judge.
Fantastic. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks, Magda. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you both today. I've learnt more than I have done over the last 12 months, and I've met you both a couple of times now, so that's absolutely fantastic. Love the show, and we'll speak to you soon. This is a song.